Hi Aries, here's a general look at your solar chart for October 2011, and the theme this month is about liaising and cooperating. And actually the Sun is in this position every year at this time, so it's always about liaising and cooperating, or having an emphasis on that anyway. So at this time, various scenarios to do with bonding or pulling together with others. You and someone could form a united front. You and someone could do business together. You and someone could help each other out materially, maybe. You and someone could consult with each other, particularly the materially, helping you out materially. That can very much be picking up energy from the second week onwards. There you could do well out of a situation or a deal. This vibration can give love relationships and friendships and business relationships a boost, and can deepen your feelings too. That's again more likely in the second week. Or you could maybe both feel equally passionate about something that both of you share, whether that's in a steamy love relationship, or it's one of your children, or one of your parents, or one of your friends, or whatever. But be aware that there may be more serious communication type work from around the 6th to the 9th, maybe paperwork, form filling. That's one of the ways it can manifest. Or you may feel pressured or held up around the 12th to the 15th. And that can be because you're waiting on someone, or it's something to do with somebody that you're collaborating with, or an opposite number, or an alliance or liaison of some kind. Now, in many respects, what's going on, particularly in the first half of this month for you, Aries, is linked to this very, very long transit of Saturn going through your opposite sign, Libra. As you may or may not know, you're now into this very long, rather serious cycle of developing and growing and evolving through interaction with significant others, whether that's fleeting interaction but important, or whether it's long-term interaction with somebody that you know over a number of years. But it will be important for your development, and it's about learning how to hold your cool, maybe, or get on with others in sometimes when they're not very easy to get on with over this long transit of whoops, sorry, I've got a microphone over there, sorry, that probably made a noise for you. So in the first half of October, this is going to link to that longer transit, right? And that longer transit is about you defining really more clearly to yourself and balancing what your needs and requirements with their needs and requirements. Whether that's somebody that you know very well, or somebody who's maybe officialdom or whatever, and just finding that balance. And in the process, there's going to be moments of conflict, tension, doubt, annoyance. You'll feel held back by their rules or their problems. Sometimes they can't help it. Maybe sometimes they're going through a rough patch, or maybe they're just, laying down the law or being demanding. It depends on, how it is for you, really. So, but over the 1 year that Saturn's got left to run in this area, you will be learning how to, really what it's boiling down to is you're learning better people skills, probably better communication skills, and how to manage your feelings better, but also understanding your own limitations and also your own freedoms, and what you have your rights to, and what you deserve, from others in partnership or close relationship in this life. And through all of that, you're learning. So in the first half of October, this long transit of Saturn is going to be amplified. It's going to have the volume turned up on it. and also, you know, that could affect those of you doing very, very serious, intense one-to-one work with others as well. And that will also have the energies cranked up on it, and you'll be feeling quite tested at times. So now there's a danger, though. There's lots of other stuff going on this month too. There's a danger, and this isn't a serious, risky, horrible danger. Although you know, nothing in the planets is out to get you. It's always the way we use the planetary energy. So it's up to you to make sure that this is not a risky danger. But what I was going to say was, your ruling planet is actually in an area that likes to take a bit of a risk, take a bit of a gamble. It's overall, though, playful, even though it's quite competitive. And it's a lighter, more sociable energy. But you've got a tendency to maybe leap before you've really looked something over properly, or engaged brain before mouth. So avoid taking risks or missing some important detail, or trusting to luck, as this position of Mars can make you a bit over the top, a bit too speedy in certain situations. And however, it is a playful vibe. It's sociable. You could find yourself spending time with somebody you really like, or buddies that you already know. You could do very well in the romance department during this time, as a matter of fact. And just, you get more of a chance to hang out with sort of people, or do the sorts of things that make you feel good. But there is, as I say, this edge of risk and competitiveness with it. So if you're using the energy in a balanced way, then it's, you know, nothing but good news here. However, you might be a little bit over the top. You might throw yourself too quickly or spontaneously or wholeheartedly into something without really checking your facts, maybe, or looking at it all ways around, as well as any of us ever can. However, if you are spontaneous and not self-doubting, and just not illogically impulsive, you know, lacking in any sense, then, as a matter of fact, this is a very empowering energy, and you could be successful. You could do very well. Another part of this energy is about financial speculation, or some kind of investment. You know, like I said before, it's got the edge of the gambler with it. But there again, you know, use the energy correctly. Avoid taking risks in you know, just don't trust the luck, really. And you should do well. More physical effort may be needed, related to the affairs of young people, children, animals, also lovers, romantic partners, and also the energy is running very high with Mars here. It's a very extrovert energy, so there can be tensions between you and any of that list, you know, anybody on that list, or even definitely outside that list at times. Now, from the 9th, discussions and ideas will be around probably deeper things, feeling more deeply. Something might touch you deeply from then on. Really caring about what happens for another, whether that's a person or an animal, or a tree, or, you know, what's happening to the planet. Could be anything, but really feeling something more deeply from there, discussing maybe what would be best for another, what your feelings are on the subject, what their needs and requirements might be. From the 12th, you should be thinking more deeply about things. Emotions are likely to be more sensitive then and nearer the surface, but you're going to be a lot more intuitive as well. So as long as you can just calm the mind chatter down and listen to the heart, you won't go far wrong. Just trust the gut reaction when deciding, you know, whether to speak, whether not to speak, or which is the best way to go on something. So it's a great time for investigation, strategy, planning, plotting, looking beyond the surface of things, looking more deeply into something. It's not at all superficial, the energy from starting from the 9th to really getting into gear from the 12th. Also, it's a good time to get confidential advice, or have a very sort of confidential or heart-to-heart talk with someone you trust. Also from the 12th, you'll probably feel that you've got to consider others' sides on things, takes on things, angles, others' feelings, and tread more carefully with certain people at certain times. There's likely to be influences around which help you out, though, as I said earlier, materially and emotionally from the 9th onwards, Aries. And that's going to be for the rest of the month. Things could get more intense in close relationships, whether that's in business or in your private life. It doesn't have to be bad, it can be good. Especially with Venus there, it's most likely it can be good, but you might find yourself getting a little bit too passionate maybe, or caring a little bit too much, and just over pondering and overthinking perhaps. We can only do so much, and then we have to step back, because everybody in this life and everything in this life has the right to its own mistakes and its own path and its own destiny. If that makes sense to you, you'll know what I'm talking about. So there's a real emotional feel with all of this. Certain connection with another could, as I say, touch you quite deeply. Feelings may be more sensitive from the 9th onwards, but you will have the resources around you, or the emotional support, or the distractions, shall we say, at hand to keep you happy. Now, from the 23rd, you're entering a gear shifting phase, but you'll probably feel a little self-protective at times as you gauge where your priorities are and how best to move forwards. Also, there's going to be a new moon, the new moon on the 26th. That's going to encourage fresh starts with shared resources, shared finances, or sharing a load with someone which is centered around a financial issue, perhaps, or around property. And there's likely to be, or rather the way will be open for there to be a gear shift in a close relationship. So shifting from one level of the spiral in a relationship, and either in the same relationship another level of the spiral, or in fact it being a different relationship altogether, whether that's in business or in your personal life. Now, Jupiter's current position is a good omen and up all the way through until June for improvements in finances for you, and around property as well, your own or another's. It's up to you to see the potential in something, to seize the golden ring on the merry-go-round, is to look into something and actually realize there's something in it that you can make more of and reap the rewards of, and better just move that mic a little bit further away, that you can benefit from. Okay, now that's externally, but also it can be things internally, like your own innate gifts and talents, and everybody has them. So really plucking that out, isolating it, seeing, observing it, saying, yes, I have this inclination, I have this leaning, and honing it, making it into a tool which can earn you cash, is an asset of yours. So that's another way. So internally, externally, over this transit of Jupiter, which only comes around once every 12 years, and as I say, it will be there until June. And overall, you're into a cycle of reaching for better things materially for yourself, physically for yourself, because this is also about what goes through your body. It's a very physical area that Jupiter's in, so it's about nutrition, diet, exercise. It's about remedies, it's about medicines, and, checking them out properly and learning what is good for you and what isn't good for you. And, the professionals, they do their job, but they can't necessarily know the absolute optimum for yourself, because Jupiter, you see, during this transit, Jupiter is the spirit of learning through doing. So it's down to you to learn what is best for you in these areas, and maybe disagree gently if you can do that with what one of the medicos are saying to you, or a therapist is saying to you, because it's not a one-size-fits-all world, is it? Now, you might be looking into the bizarre and alternative and fringe as well, because you've got Uranus in your sign, Aries, and whenever Uranus comes into a zodiac sign, it awakens. It is the alarm clock, and it wakes us up. That's why we're getting such a lot of sort of alarms going off across our planet, because we've got a really strong Uranian energy in a very powerful influence across our whole planet at the moment, and it happens to be in your sign at the same time, so you are getting it up close and personal, Aries. And it can take us aback, can ambush us, it can surprise us, but it's definitely very good for anything alternative, complementary, eco, that kind of thing. And Uranus came into your sign March the 11th, will be there for many, 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 many years, and it is, as I say, the awakener, and it will establish you into new conditions. It will wake you up, and it will change your life. And you Arians born 21st, 25th of March, around about there, and those with 3 to 4 degrees of Aries rising should be feeling this influence most strongly this month. Neptune's reversed into Aquarius. That means that you could be, because it was there for many, many years, it went out earlier in the year, it's gone back in, so once again you could be revisiting, hanging out with healers or therapists or medical people, or people who are unusual, fringe. Again, it's very Uranian again, as a matter of fact, what I've just been saying about Uranus, but groups of people who work together, or collaborate together, or have forums together, or for a common goal, for a common cause, for a common goal. Ideally, it can be very altruistic and humanitarian. That is the best way that this energy can be working. But the flip side of it is that you can start to feel disenchanted, maybe sometimes confused or disillusioned by certain members of your fraternity or your club or your group or your circle, certain friends, and not quite getting it, or they don't quite get it, or and there's crosswise anyway, and it might be to do with a little group that functions in its own little bubble, but don't allow peer pressure or the opinion of the crowd to knock you off your unique path. At the same time, do be ready to take sensible advice when you hear it. So always make up your own mind, though. And you Arians born on the 17th to the 19th of April, or with the last 2 degrees of Aries rising, will feel this energy mostly this month. Of course, the life-changing force of Pluto is being felt very strongly into your sign, Aries, from Capricorn, will be for many, many, many years. And this is you coming from a deeper place. The hand of destiny is at your back with this one, but it's gently guiding you. And there will be an increasing urge that bubbles up inside for you to be more authentic, true to yourself, truly who you really are. And getting rid in the process, a huge decluttering thing going on, getting rid in the process of outlet aspects in your knee-jerk responses in life, your relationships, your job, your place on the map. It could be anything. It could be one of these things, it could be a few of these things, it could be just about you inside, it might be to do with profession or whatever. And you Arians born 24th to 28th of March, or with 2 to 7 degrees of Aries rising, should feel this most strongly this month. Now that's it for October. If you know your rising sign, and try your moon sign, listen to that too. It'll add to or subtract from what I said here. And I'll see you the next time.